Welcome to the virtual walkthrough on your 2022 Cherokee Alpha Wolf. We're going to start in the back. You do already have a camera. We'll explain more how to get your phone hooked to that once we go inside. You do have a rack that folds down on the back. Undo these pins, pull this pin, the thing folds down. It has a 200-pound carrying capacity. Actually, this one. Yep. Subtract about 20-30 pounds for your tire. So it's perfect for extra coolers or firewood and whatnot. Bumper caps come off. Gonna be the perfect spot to store your sewer hose. This does not come with one. That'll be something you'll have to purchase. 30 amp shore cord. This is yours. This will come with the unit. This twists on, and then you can tighten this, keep it locked on. Side seals. Every once in a while, you're gonna inspect them, make sure they're not dry or rotted or anything like that. Keep them clean. In all four corners, you have your stabilizer jacks. They're manual, but you can use a socket with a drill to run them that way. They're meant for stabilizing. They're not meant for leveling. If you try to pick up your trailer with them, you could bend or break them. Storage in here. It goes pretty high up in there. Put a little bit taller items in there. This will be where I put your shore cord. Vent for your range hood. So if you're running your fan on your range hood, make sure you pop that open. If not, just push it closed. Water heater. Very simple to use. Put your anode rod in there when you're ready to go. Tighten her down. This has been winterized. So when you're ready to use it next year, put water in your fresh tank. Run every fixture until you see clear water, and then you could take this out of bypass. Put your rod in there. That is a consumable item. Every few years you will have to replace that because it'll start falling apart. It's absorbing impurities in the water because it is a steel tank. You go. Definitely drain that when you're not using it. Exhaust for your furnace. Careful, this does get very hot. Obviously. They make screens for this. You can put over those. I recommend that. Bugs like to make nests in here. And they're kind of a pain in the butt to clean out. Don't recommend using compressed air to clean it. You'll just push the dirt further in there or cobwebs or whatever. You can take this off if you wanted to. Pull that out, clean it that way. Outdoor shower, motion sensing light, cable inlet, satellite inlet if you have a satellite. Fresh water, put your hose in there, turn it on, and it'll start filling. Your drain for that is right there. Just pull that open to drain it. Recommend draining it anytime you're done with it. City water, so this is where you hook up your hose to run everything off of city water. You won't need to use your pump then. Black tank flush, there's a sprayer built into your black tank. So when you're dumping your black tank at the dump station, most of them have a spot there. You can use your own hose. Hook it up to here, turn it on, it'll spray out the black tank as you dump. Speaking of black tanks, that's down here. So you have got your your main dump, your black and your gray tank. Then over there are your low points. So when you winterize, crack those open, let antifreeze come through those. And in between trips, I like taking the caps off of mine and letting the water drain, just so there isn't water settled in the lines. Here are your cranks. The little one is a backup for your tongue jack over there. The big one is your cranks for these stabilizers there. Stickers got your VIN, good important information. Tire pressure, 80 psi. And then other good stuff. You'll have your dry weight. So that's 3,159 kilograms. So you multiply it by 2.2 to get how many pounds that is. That's the dry weight of the trailer. Some lights here. Some little accent lighting. Your battery. Excuse me. In the winter, I recommend taking it out. Keep it out of the cold. The winter kills these batteries. There is a battery disconnect, and I'll show you where that is. Use that when you're not using the camper to disconnect the battery from the system. Dual tanks, 2 of them, they are filled. And then you have your pressure regulator down in here. There's a little, see how that has a little nub on it? It's pointing to this tank. That means it's going to pull from this tank first, regardless if you had this one on or not. Once that one were to get emptied, and then if you had this one on, only if it's on, that'll switch to pulling from the other tank. However, this does not rotate and move to selecting the other tank, so keep that in mind. I like to run one on, one off, so that way when it runs out, I know. These you just loosen, fold them over, loosen them some more. You can pop them on like that, tighten them down. Chains, when you hook up cross them. The neat thing about this is it has a chain holder, and this can hold your 7-way. 7-way is right here. This will plug into the back of your truck to allow all your turn signals and marker lights to work. You do need to have a brake controller in your truck to be able to have the brakes to work. And even legally, you're required to have working brakes on a trailer, anything over, I think, either 2,000 or 3,000 pounds. So you're required to have working brakes for us to even let you take this. Power tongue jack. Tell you what, beats hand cranking them every day of the week. LED light helps shine that on there at night if you're trying to back in. Oop. Your breakaway is right here. Hook that up with your cable, with your chains. That goes to it's kind of, you might not even be able to see it. There's a box in there on the other end of the cable's attached to. If the trailer ever comes undone, it's going to pull the pin out of the box. It's a little plastic pin, and activate the brakes on the trailer. Keep it from slamming into you. Keep it from rolling into traffic. Here, the other side of that storage compartment, this is that battery disconnect I was telling you about. So anytime you're plugged in, I recommend having the battery connected, because that way the battery is connected, it'll receive the charge from the converter, keep your battery charged. In between trips, if you aren't able to plug your camper in, I recommend disconnecting the battery. There's your solar controller. It's just basically a monitoring thing. It's telling you the solar's charging and whatnot, what voltage is through the batteries. There's another one of those motion lights there. There's another one on the other side as well. Got your leash holder here. Don't forget, if you have them leashed there, before you pull away. These doors are very cool. The whole door is tempered glass, and then you have kind of a flush window like that's kind of cool. These steps are neat too. They fold up, and they have these pins right here, or little things. You pull these. You can adjust the height of the legs. If you're getting the ground a little uneven, you kind of want to get it good. The thing is, you want to watch how much you adjust it, because you don't want your door to hit the bottom there if you have those too high. Outdoor speakers, TV power, outdoor cable, also runs off the antenna, and then a spot for a TV if you get the mount for it. Should be in there. Have an extra TV, hook it to the mount, bring it out here, hook it up out here. That's pretty much it for outside. We'll go on in inside here real quick. Here we got your thermostat. So you just tap through it. So you get the mode you want. So we go heat. Go all the way to 99. If you're done with heat, that goes off. Turn it. That's fan low and fan high. That'll just run the fan on the AC, no compressor or anything. Just to circulate air. And then high and low are the speeds. Then you have cool high and cool low. That'll run the AC part of it, but it won't cycle on and off, so it'll continue to run. And then again, low and high are the fan speeds, and then now you have cool auto low and high. And that'll allow the AC to cycle on and off at your set temperature. Hit it one more time, you're at heat. Hit it one more time, you're off. That'll tell you the current inside temperature. Pre-wired for the One Control LCI hotspot if you wanted the Wi-Fi hotspot. Another battery monitoring panel. Here is your monitoring panel here. You could do battery, fresh, black, all your tanks. You can turn your pump on and your water heater. This one is for gas. There's a switch outside on the physical water heater behind the door when you open it. That one is for electric. Make sure you turn that off if you don't have any water in there. Inside LED, this switch will always kind of stay in that down position. Does these blues. Outside will do either LEDs. And then same with all the other ones. You have your slide controls here for these two slides. And then your awning controls for your awnings that are on here. you have two different stickers here. One of them is your One Control. So if you get the LCI One Control app, type in all these numbers, all that, you can control most of what you can control here. Oops, sorry, almost threw my phone. Most of what you can control here, you're going to be able to control on your phone, which is kind of cool. The other sticker is the same sticker you see on the camera that's on the back. You get the same app, go through cameras, take a picture of this, if your phone has that thing. If not, you type the numbers in. Now the finicky thing is, you want to get your phone connected. It's not going to use it, and you can still use your mobile data, but you need to have your phone's Wi-Fi connected to this Alpha Wolf system. It's a little weird, but that's how you get it to work. Once you get it connected, it's a one-time thing. Open up the app. You're good to go. Coming around here, you got a microwave. It's probably smaller than you want at home, but it works the same way. If the camper's not plugged in, your microwave isn't going to work. If you look down below the microwave, you're going to see a little light switch. Right now it's in the down position. If I flip it up, the microwave doesn't work anymore. Well, not that it doesn't work. It's not getting power. Now the power is diverted to the AC. Oh, to your fireplace, sorry. Sometimes it's AC, sometimes it's not. So your fireplace. So you either run your fireplace or your microwave. You can't do both at the same time. Refrigerator. This is a 12-volt refrigerator. So there's no LP you have to worry about. And they get colder faster. You have an adjustment for your freezer and temp. Or your fridge and freezer temp right there. Your fridge is pretty big down here. See? Rated current. Or sorry. Oh! This might be. Yep, 12 rated voltage, 12-volt refrigerator. So that means it runs off your battery. And that worries a lot of people that think their battery's going to die. When your camper is plugged in, it's constantly charging your battery. And it's providing 12 volt through the converter. So theoretically, you could take the battery out of here and your refrigerator would still work. My recommendation is, if you're going to go somewhere and you know you're going to use your fridge off your battery, plug it in at home the night before if you can and let it get cold. And then take it somewhere to run off the battery. The fridge will get cold off the battery, but it's going to use a lot of the battery power to do so. It uses very little battery power to keep it cold. So once it's cold, the battery will occasionally run the fridge to cycle on and off. So if you are running battery power and you are dry camping, primitive camping, and you're using your fridge, I also recommend not continually opening it to check what's in there, because you're going to constantly losing temp and your battery is going to have to try to keep up with that. The solar is definitely going to help. You would last a lot longer running your solar off your battery, so you could do a whole week off your battery camping out of here, as long as you're kind of conservative in your power consumption. Stovetop. This is a glass flip up kind of backsplash. You have a nice cooktop. You have a light that turns them on and off. You'll turn them to high, twist the sparker, it'll light right up. The gas is off. It's not going to light now. Oven's a bit different, but it's very similar. Turn that to the flame. Push and hold as you're pushing and holding. You're going to look down in here. There's a little pilot there. You twist your sparker. You're going to keep holding this in and twisting your sparker until that tiny little pilot light is lit. Hold it for a few more seconds after it's lit to ensure that it stays lit when you let go. Once it's lit, turn it to your desired temperature. Back. This right here is also a backsplash, but dual purpose. It's cutting board too, which is cool. And then that says it right there too. Extras. These are your backups for your slides. This is a different type of slide. It's called a no-coil cable slide. Your motor is actually right in this area. These slides, I've never actually seen one fail in a stuck position, open or closed. Usually they just need adjusting. But this is your manual. If you have to close it, it's not working somehow, you're going to have to pop this panel, this whole piece of trim off. It's just nailed on. Pop it off. Gently pull it off. You're going to see the motor in there. On the side of it, you'll see something that'll fit that. Stick that in there. Stick this in your drill. Run the drill in reverse. Walk back with it to close it. before you guys. There you go. Manuals. It's all in here. Remote for your fireplace right here. That's on and off. That obviously changes Celsius and Fahrenheit, whatever your preference is. You do have a screen down here. We'll turn this to here. This adjusts your temperature. This will do the flame. That's the smoke alarm. That's only been run a couple times, so you guys might notice as you run your fireplace, your smoke alarm might get set off. Just run it. It'll burn any of the shipping stuff on it. A lot of these electronics, especially furnace, they coat oil or there's grease from people handling it and it has to burn off. Oh, back to it. The flame, it just turns on off. The flame and the colors, if you have a different color you guys prefer. I like the blue one, purple ones. Then you have a timer all the way from 1 hour to, I believe, 8 or 9 hours. Okay, 8 hours. Does produce heat. Your camper does need to be plugged in for that to work. Radio, very simple. Power. Your volume controls here. Channels here. So you can press and hold to save a preset. We'll just do this by example. So it saves it. You can go mode, AV. That's on the back of it. Then you could Bluetooth to it. HDMI, that's in the front, and then but that again the other end of it is on the back. That'd be a pass through. Then back to radio. You have zones, so inside speakers, outside. So zone 1 is inside. I'm turning the insides off. Can only hear the outside ones. Outsides are off. Can only hear the inside ones. So that's pretty cool. You have a USB in here. You can change your band. So if you like AM radio, you can listen to AM radio. Spot for a TV. Spot for a satellite. If you're running your antenna, if you're using TV off an antenna, make sure that this, use your booster, make sure that is on. Light switch. Blue accent lighting here. Storage. This is what I was talking about. You can purchase more of these, halves of these mounts, if you wanted to. So if you wanted to not have to take this TV out to carry it outside, you could buy a separate TV with this mount on it and have a dedicated TV for outside. But that just hooks on like that. Plug your TV in where you need it to go, and you're good to go. This turns into a bed. It's very difficult to do one-handed while filming, but you just move these cushions. This whole front part lifts up from the front. It'll lift up and pull towards you like that. The legs will fold down. Set it down, and then this back piece will fold down too. My recommendation is a mat, a soft mat, or a air mattress. They're pretty stiff on the couch, but hey, I mean, they're the guest. You know, in your camping, you're supposed to be roughing it. Emergency exit. It doubles as a window. You open this, the window can open. You slide the screen with it too, and then that acts as your emergency exit. These zebra shade blinds, I think, are pretty neat. You just kind of pull them and stop where you want it to go. If you want it to be like a day shade, line the blacks up. If you want it to be night, kind of line it up the other way, blocks all the light out. Push it up when you're done. These lights right here have buttons in the middle. Same with these ones here and these ones here. If you see, right in the middle. And then this one has a button right there. USB ports and outlets, both sides of the bed. Dual recliners. See this little handle here? You pull this up, kind of lean back. Legs will come up, and if you want to lean back, you just lean back in the chair. You have heat, lights, and massage in these chairs, which is very nice. I have similar chairs like these at home, and I love them. Dinette table. These chairs actually fold, so if you want more room in this area, or if let's say you had a kid who wants to play on the ground, you only wanted a carpet area, you have that there. Or just, I have a lot of customers who take their second chairs out, and that's where they put a kennel or their dog bed for their dog. Back over here again. behind this panel, this is a fake cabinet door. Do not try to open it. There's just two number 2 square bits to get this screw out. These screws out. That's the back of the water heater. That's how you'll get it in and out of bypass. Sorry. We'll keep going over here. We'll go into the bathroom now. Plenty of storage in the bathroom. That panel right here, that's access to your pump. So if you need to get winterize your own unit, that's how you will get access to the pump. There's already a line on it, so you can stick it in your gallon of antifreeze and whatnot. Shower. Removable shower head, so you can get the hard to reach spots, you know. Shower doors, when you're traveling, please make sure that they are strapped together. They do bounce around if they're not. And warranty won't cover a broken shower door if we found it not being latched to be the fault. Toilet, as long as you're pushing down on the pedal, it'll continue to flush. If you push just a little bit, it'll put water in it. So you can fill the bowl up a little bit, and you flush all the way. I like to fill it up a little bit, flush all the way while it's flushing, keep it held down so I can flush a little more. Don't recommend any antibacterial soaps. That just kills the bacteria, and you need some bacteria in there to break down the waste. I don't recommend using our regular toilet paper. Definitely use RV toilet paper. Have your fan here with your lid. Pull to open, push to lock it. Lefty loosey opens up the lid. Then you have a fan on. You have different speeds, 1, 2, 3, 4. That turns it off. Tighten the knob to close it. Just like that. Sink in here, GFI. So if you plug in something and it trips, you just hit the reset on it. The outdoor outlet for the TV is a GFCI as well as the ones in the kitchen. So if you plug in anything and it trips, you come into here and reset it in here. Another emergency exit. This one works a bit differently. This one you will like open this up like that. It's kind of it's been closed for a while. Yeah, give me 1 second. If you want to use it as a window, you push it through like this. It'll just kind of rest there. If it is an emergency, push this all the way through with some force so it slides out. Grab this, pull the screen out, jump out the window. It all sounds very fun. Regular style USB outlets. Regular outlet right there. Regular outlet here. USB is on the side. You can purchase, and I'm pretty sure this one's the Furrion brand one, but they are Furrion brand portable Bluetooth speaker. What it does is it can clip into here, and this will charge it. And that's pretty cool. We sell those here, I do think. You just have to talk to someone for parts. Plenty of storage out throughout this unit. Lift this up. Storage under here too. And it's on a strut. So it helps hold it a lot better. And then bathroom door here. Got a strap. Strap it when you're traveling so it doesn't bang around, you know. Alright, a few more things. A few more key features. This way here, obviously, is a fire extinguisher. You saw we had to take the battery out of the smoke alarm so we could continue with our walkthrough. We can put that back in now. As you can see right here, smoke alarms, 9-volt battery. Your smoke alarm has a 10-year lifespan. So in 10 years, you got to get a new one. Same with your fire extinguisher. Same with your propane. Same with your propane alarm. Now your propane alarm is, let's see if we can't find it a lot of times. So that's a carbon monoxide and propane gas alarm. Again, that has a 10-year lifespan. That is hardwired to the 12-volt system, so there are no batteries you have to worry about changing it. However, if the main battery of the camper starts getting low, that'll give you some low voltage jerks. The not the fire extinguisher. The propane tanks, like I said, have a 10-year lifespan. If you don't want to go Buy new ones. If you don't want to get them traded in, you want to keep them. You can get them taken somewhere to get recertified, and then they're only good for another 5 more years. They'll restamp the tank with a new date. They'll put a new valve on it, and then it's good for 5 more years. Alrighty then. That concludes your guys' virtual walkthrough on your Alpha Wolf. Hope you guys found the video informative. I really hope you guys enjoy this trailer. I love these Alpha Wolves. I like the colors. They got a lot of cool features in them. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. Goodbye.